Yesterday, I did a live going over some estate sale finds that I picked up over the weekend. And unfortunately, for the first, 10 to 12 minutes, when I was sharing the screen of that video, you couldn't hear me talk at all. So that video's gone because I don't think any of you really care about lip reading, so whatever. But I am listing some of those items from that sale, so we'll take a look at those, and I'll toss in a couple what solds as well in this video. I'm just getting done photographing this toolbox here. This was only $10 at the estate sale. That was actually there for almost 2 hours. I found this on my way out and then went back in and bought it. It's a model 6500, a little tough to see here, but it says it on the top, and it's got this older logo on it. So when you're buying these toolboxes, I've probably got 4 or 5 of these, and they have a different logo, but this is the one you want to look out for because out of all the model 6500s, this one's going to bring the most money. I'm going to list this for $130 and then see what comes in for offers, but it's in great shape. It's got the original tray. It's not totally rusted out on the bottom. It does have some signs of use and wear, but I'm putting up plenty of photos of this one so that whoever's looking at it, they're going to know exactly what they're getting. G1. These were just listed not too long ago. They came out of the junk drawer pile that I was going through the other day. You've got, this light helps a little bit, you've got JFK for president, and then the other one is Ted Kennedy for senator. This pair here sold for $15 plus shipping. When I'm out picking, I like buying license plates, New York State license plates, because I just like putting them all over the walls here. So at this estate sale, I actually grabbed a really nice stack of old school plates for only $9. And while I'm not going to sell them, it is nice to have a matching set because in the state of New York, if your vehicle is 25 years or older and it's like a car show vehicle, it's not your daily driver, you can register to use these old plates as long as the plates are made during the same time period as the vehicle. And obviously if they're not already taken. But this one right here, it's a matching set. It's got a little rust on them, and there's people that'll restore them. But this estate sale had this. And you can see in the back here, this person originally paid $75 for the pair. So old license plates can bring some pretty good money. But I'm typically just going to keep them every time I find them. These don't show up very often, but if you can find these at estate sales or garage sales, they can bring some pretty good money. This is a humidifier for a very large cigar humidor. It's got 2 fans in it, and what you would see here is this bottom piece here would be filled with like that green florist foam. You'd fill it with distilled water. You'd close this up, and the fans would push the air down and then through here, and it would create humidity inside your humidor. This one's missing the green foam, but that's okay. A lot of people that smoke cigars will add those little tiny clear balls in here that absorb water and just keep refilling it with water that way. But what you want to look out for if you do find these is make sure they have this ribbon cable and obviously the power adapter with the ribbon cable adapter because you want it sealed up. So this little ribbon cable here goes in between the door when you shut it, and that way you're not having something like this create an air gap. So you want to make sure it's got all these pieces, but these can go for some pretty big money because they're very expensive new, and even used they sell very well. Another sale out of the G1 drawer. I think it's under this guy here. Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past. This came from the greatest estate sale that I've ever been to. It's still sealed, even though the seal is a little broken, and I got it in this plastic bag here. But this one ended up going for $15 plus shipping. This toolbox came with a bunch of really nice old school Craftsman screwdrivers in great condition. And when I opened it up, it had a smell. And if you've ever opened up an old toolbox, you know what that smell is, and that is caused by the handles on these old screwdrivers. They're made of cellulose acetate butyrate. I think that's how you say it. And it's a plastic that basically is decomposing, causing that disgusting smell. So if you find a toolbox and there's tons of old screwdrivers in them and it smells, it's because of the handle. But this one here is worth around $20 to $30 on its own. So this will pay for this whole toolbox and then some. A couple more junk drawer items that sold. Some old school 1968 Hot Wheels Redline. I think these were originally both tow trucks. Same color. They're both green. They're both in very rough condition, but the pair of these sold for a best offer of $15 plus shipping. I've been wanting to add photographs to my ephemera store, and this estate sale actually came through in a pretty big way. There's 3 albums that I picked up here for only $10. Now, that's on black construction paper that turns to dust when you touch it, and all the photos are glued to it. So I'm not sure if I want to list these individually or like a whole album at once, or if I want to do like page by page. So I don't know. We'll take a look at them and then let me know what you think in the comments. So the albums, you can see they're falling apart. They're in pretty rough shape. And you can see all the photos, they're glued to this paper here. Like, here's an old car wreck. But look how crisp and clear these photos are. I'd love to know what kind of camera they were using back then to take these photos, because they look incredible. There's lots of military. There's not a whole lot of buildings and like stuff like that, which is kind of what I was looking for, because I like photos of old buildings. But you can see a lot of these are from, looks like vacations. Some of them have writing on the back, the ones that have fallen off. And it's really difficult to take these off without peeling all of that stuff with it and having it be stuck to the back of the photos to the point where you wouldn't even be able to make out the text. But these are all totally filled with some really, really cool historical photos. Yeah, see, here's one that came off. No writing on this one, and this one doesn't look too bad. Some of the others that fell off, they're just completely black on the other side. But let me know what you would do with something like this. Is this something you would sell page by page? Would you sell the whole album, or would you try and work on taking out each individual photo? This is what's called a GoKart, and I'm not going to do it now because it's spring-loaded and it goes pretty quick. But you hold this here and you push this black lever and the car goes flying. It's a 1971 Thunderbird. I believe it is made in Japan. It's been sitting here for quite a while in the store, so this one sold with a promoted listing here, and I took a best offer of $13 plus shipping. I grabbed some VHS tapes at this estate sale because it says, well, Christmas 1989 Sears, and well, it's as cringy as you can imagine it would be for 1989.
Yes, it's that time of year again. Friends and loved ones can be a pain. For instance... Oh, what a mess! Give the servants the night off. Oh, feels great. And I should know. Well, that was fun.
Maybe I left out a few pieces in that one, but let's take a look at another what sold. Sitting all the way in the back here is this vintage stamped tin toy Mickey. It's made in Japan by a company called Linemar Toys. I thought this was worth a whole lot more than it was. I'm pretty sure I have this in another video as well, but it sat for a while and I ended up taking an offer of $127 plus shipping. All right, that's going to be it for this video. Make sure you click subscribe down below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.